with the Lady Songbird JINDA. Join the Lady Songbird for uplifting discussions about her personal experiences in the music industry. She will be chatting with fellow artists, sharing inspirational stories, and exploring practical resources to help navigate creative journeys. Coming soon, 30-minute Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live.
Hey, welcome to Soul to Soul. Sit down with the Lady Songbird, JINDA Harris. Hey, JINDA. Oh, we lost JINDA. All right, hang on there, Mr. Deville. Somehow she lost connection, but we'll be right back with you, all right?
All right.
Okay, let's hang in there. So, Soul to Soul coming on each and every Thursday, and that is noon on the West Coast, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 3 p.m. right here on the East. And now, the Lady Songbird JINDA. Hey, JINDA.
Hey, what's going on? What is
Oh, you know
going
what's
on?
going on. It's time for Soul to Soul.
Soul to Soul, sit down. Hey, I just want to give a couple of announcements before we get this thing cracking. Look, I have a show coming up August 10th, May 10th. I'm sorry, May 10th, Mother's Day, Augusta, Georgia. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be action-packed at Jamming Moments. You don't want to miss it. And then I have one coming up in Pascagoula on May 24th, Pascagoula, Mississippi. You don't want to miss that. And then I'll be in Albany, Georgia on May 31st. So that's my May's dates. And I just want to keep everybody posted and abreast because I'm always doing something and I'm always somewhere. But enough about me. I am introducing an amazing, amazing artist that y'all need to know. He is humble, he is kind, and he can sing. He goes by, and I remembered him as Coop Deville. You know, he's going to tell us the story as to why he changed that. But I want to introduce to everybody all over the world that's listening to Studio Buzz and Facebook Live, Mr.
How y'all
Deville.
doing? How y'all doing, man? Hey, sister, I appreciate you for bringing me on, man. Hey, nothing but a blessing. I see you still doing what you do when I first met you.
Yes, yes, yes.
And my brother, can't forget about my brother. Can't forget about him either.
All right, yes. I see, you know, y'all celebrate, you and your beautiful wife celebrated y'all's wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Me and my husband, we celebrated ours April 17th, 11 years as well.
Okay.
So
April's
the month.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know y'all. I know how y'all do. So,
so now what brought on this change to the name?
I think, like I say, when you first met me, I'm married now. You know, I felt like my lyrics. You know, I've grown in the music. You know, since I first started. So I'm just a different person, different writer. You know, so I think it's kind of time. You know, I think I graduated from that. You know, but people gonna call me what they call me. They still call me Coop. You know, and that's cool. But I think I graduated from that. So in a way, kind of like it's time to put a little respect on my name. So I got to go with the Mister just a little bit. You know, and also what brought about the change was it was a guy who had the same name I had, and my fans were getting confused and trying to find my music, and he kept coming up. So that's going to be the start of something new for us, the name change and the separation. So that's going to help everybody be able to find my music better without having to go through all that what they were going through.
So are you going through trying to change your name on everything? Just pretty much do it that way?
And the only thing is, it's hard for me to go back and change that. Mm-hmm. All the songs. So my first song I put out probably about 3 weeks ago. It's under the new name, so people to be able to find it. But it's all still connected, for the YouTube and all that. So they'll still be able to pull it up.
And then that's your name, your birth name, Mr. Deville. So it's not like you had to go out and get. Did you have to go out and get a DBA for that name, Mr. Deville?
I actually did. Because I didn't want to run into the same problem again. So and they gonna call me what they gonna call me. So it's fine. Yeah, but I just didn't want them to have that. Didn't want them to keep running into the same problem because every time I put out a new song, people they would hit me up like, "Hey, it's hard to find your music," like and this guy kept coming up. So I think there's kind of like a separation, and then we actually do two totally different kinds of music. So.
Mm-hmm. But see, the good thing about it is, you know what, I try to let up and coming artists know the significance of branding your name. Is
Exactly.
because it's like my name, you know, there's a plethora of songbirds out there, you know, ladies, but there's only one, the lady songbird JINDA. And, you
Exactly.
know, even when somebody does a flyer, you know, people will call me Lady Songbird JINDA. And the THE, the in front of it, that's my brand. That's my name.
Exactly.
And there's been plenty of times where I've wanted to just go by the name JINDA, but I have so much behind me with backing me with that name that I've had for so many years that I can't go nowhere with people not knowing me for that name. So I'm kind
Yeah,
of stuck with
exactly.
that.
And my good friend, I mean, he kind of told me, we'll get to that later on, but a legend in the game, he told me, he said, well, don't go too far from what they know you as. So that's why the Deville stayed where, still stayed where it was. And he also said the spelling of how you do it, like the wording of the day,
Hmm.
how you did it, he said that makes a difference too.
It does. It does. You know, I've had people, you know, my name alone, Jinda, that is my birth name, JINDA. And you never know down the line, you know, if I do get a major deal or something like that, if they want to drop the Lady Songbird and just call me Jinda, I'm all for it too.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. So
you know,
you pay, so that means you paperwork ready. So
right, right.
exactly, exactly.
Definitely. So I hear you have some new music.
Yes, I do.
All
Yes, I
right,
do.
tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about
It's I got a new song. It's called "Swing It My Way."
it.
It's kind of, it gives you that stepping. I know you love that stepping, so I know you like
Hmm.
that. It gives you the trail ride, stepping vibe. Because we've gotten away from seeing people dance, like couples dance. People actually dancing. It's so much trail riding. Line dancing now. You don't really see the couples grooving no more. So it's kind of like one of those records where you can do the line dancing and you can be able to swing out with your lady.
I'm with that. I mean, me and my husband was discussing this just the other day when it comes to, uh, of course, our age. We like to get dressed up and we like to go
Yes,
out and we want to dance.
exactly.
Like love, like we used to slow drag back in the day. We want to dance. We want to dance and feel the music. Not knocking, all the fans out there and the line dances, but every song's not meant to be a line dance. Let's bring
Exactly.
that good love music back.
And that's what, and I feel like that's what we missing. Like we missing that. So, and that's kind of what I want to do. Just like I say, I want to focus, for as me, being different, like with me being married. So I kind of want to focus on, what I'm living.
Yep. And
You know.
see, that's what to me, that's what makes my music is such a success. And to any artist out there, be true to who you are. Because believe me, there's people out there that's watching you. You don't think they're watching you. They're watching
Exactly.
you
They
and they're
know who you
learning.
are. They know the real
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And I take pride in me being a husband too. So they kind of
Mhm.
and I want to put that in my music because people need to know that this marriage is real, that that it does work. you know
And people love love.
exactly.
People love love.
People love.
There
That's
is nothing
exactly.
cute about not showing that you have a significant other. It's nothing cute
Exactly.
about that.
And the good thing about it is like I was blessed to meet y'all, and I was inspired about what y'all have. So now I'm blessed with the same thing because my wife, she does so much behind the scenes, so much. So I gotta give
Well,
my wife a
I
shout out.
saw the video now. She was killing that Tevin Campbell now. Is
Why
there a
why are these
duet coming?
why these people ask me to put your wife on a song? Yeah, but she
People do that to my husband too.
my wife can go, like she really can go though. She can go.
Hmm.
But I tried that. She kind of shy, so
Hmm.
yeah.
But
Maybe one day. Maybe
never,
one day.
never knocking.
You never know.
Ashford and Simpson. There's so many different artists out there that have there are couples and they're doing the thing.
You never know. I think I'm gonna try to get her right though. See if she can, come out of that shell and go ahead and go ahead and bless us all.
It's a definitely me and my husband, we have collabed on a lot of music. Me and my husband write most of our music. Lovers
Hmm.
Groove was written by me and my husband, and Special he sings the background of that. So a lot of people don't know.
What?
that my husband, he's just the type of man that just wants to be behind the scenes. He don't want the spotlight. He says there could be only one star in the family. That's what he tells us. But you know,
But he know y'all the package deal.
yeah, yeah.
But
And I love that. I love
he gonna be
that.
in the
Yeah.
backdrop, and that's a good thing because like I say, I mean, my wife does so much behind the scenes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the best thing about it is she knows the game now, so she she's been
Mm-hmm.
there for a while now, so she kind of knows, so she just let me do me, you know.
Mm-hmm. And support is key. It's definitely key when it comes to us being artists.
Oh
And
yeah,
can you elaborate on how that is so important as being an artist if you have a significant other or just a team?
because I don't, I for just me and her is a team right now, so I think the best thing about it is that like she understands, we had to mold each other. Like I said, man, I had to learn a lot of different things. Like I had to learn how to take a picture different, with
Mhm,
with an artist because
mhm,
how I was on that photo, like it kind of mattered. And she pointed it out to me one time. I was like, you know what, you're right.
mhm,
But I never had to think about those things before. But the best thing about it is she lets me do what I need to do, and that she respects the fact that I separate Mr. Deville
mhm.
from the husband.
Yep.
Like when I'm at work, we at a show, I'm working. You don't get me,
Mhm,
so I work. She doesn't mind me, she works. And sometimes to make it easier for her, like when I'm at a show and I have a show, sometimes I would invite somebody along. Invite
mhm,
one of her friends along. That way she's not always by
mhm.
herself while I'm working.
Right.
So but yeah, that's the good thing about it. She respects the fact that I know how to separate the two.
Mhm.
So
And
that
it's definitely different when it comes to a male aspect to whereas it comes to a female aspect on the marriage end. With me, it's a little different. I don't
Mhm.
have to have my husband have somebody to take his place because he wears all the hats. He's security, he's the sound man, he's all those different facets. He has all those different facets to whereas he's his own, best friend when it comes to me hitting that stage. He makes sure that everything is on point. Now,
Exactly.
hmm
And
now,
I guess it's so good sometimes. Like I'm gonna be honest. If my wife can't make a show, I feel half naked on the cool. Just to say it because she's always there. So it's different
hmm
when she's not there. If that
yeah.
makes any sense. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just
different.
like you definitely know when you are in love and you're with that right person. When that person's not with you, you feel like you're
But
empty.
but
And but the funny thing is, I could walk into a building and Howard's not by my side. The first thing and say, Howard
what
got to be right behind you somewhere. Ain't
somewhere.
no way.
And it's at a point now that what my girl at? Where your wife at? If they
Hmm.
see me and don't see her, I was like, okay, well they starting to, they starting to show the respect, that's what I want,
That's respect.
man, yeah, and
That's
I
respect.
love that,
So
and
how did you get started singing? When did you start?
I started singing a long time ago, but in Southern Soul, a friend of mine, actually Big Show, Big Show in this area, he's a DJ.
Yes, I think I've met him
Yeah,
before.
you probably heard of him. He
Hmm.
actually had me come sing a song. I was just playing with the music then, He had me come sing a song um, at his birthday party, and it was "I Don't Want to Lose My Baby" because he heard it on Facebook. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just heard it on Facebook, and long story short, I did a couple of records out there that night, and he heard it. And Scott Banks, he was at the
Hmm.
show.
Hmm.
And he was like, man, I don't know, but that baby song, man, I like that baby song. And he was like, I want it for the radio, but I didn't believe it at first.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then he came back to me, he brought me a card, and and I like to put God in whatever I do. So
That's right.
and
Hmm.
my dad, man, he spoke everything into existence that same night, and I was talking to him. And he was very sarcastic, but he, he my one of my number one supporters. And
Uh-huh.
he was like, dang son, you actually sound good, like that. And he was like,
Hmm.
you need to be with TK Soul or Ricky White or somebody like that. I'm like, dude, whatever.
Hmm.
And and do you know within 48 hours I was at TK Soul House?
Oh my God.
I'm from it.
Oh,
And so
wow.
since he wanted the song, Banks wanted the song. I knew TK's son, but I didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I knew he knew how to mix and master. So I took it to him. My friend
Mm-hmm.
Justin actually took me over there, and we took it to him and let him listen. And TK was at home at the time, and he kept coming in and out, in and out of the studio, but he wasn't saying nothing. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started watching him, and I saw he was just pitting around. I was like, I think he listening to my record. But then he walked back out, so that kind of made me feel down. But long story short, the next time he came in, he was asking about the record, and he liked the way it sounded. He asked if I wrote it, and I told him I wrote it, and that's how we all got together. It happened that night, probably 2 days later after doing it, Big Show birthday bash, and me and TK been doing. We probably put out about 4 or 5 records, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, but we've been doing music together ever since. And that's how he was the first person to put me out. So I appreciate. Got to give him his flowers.
oh, that's right. Shout out to TK Soul. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing artist.
Thank
Well, who are some of your influences? We know TK Soul is one of your influences, but who were some of your influences?
Oh, my idol in a way is Genuine. That's my. Oh,
Genuine.
G is. I
Have you
mean,
seen the same live? I'm sure you have.
yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, like I say,
Underrated.
what's that?
He's underrated. The
Yes,
man
man.
can really go.
G can go, and if I must say this real quick, he's part of the reason why you talking to me too.
Mm-hmm.
I met him here in Monroe. He had a show, and I talked to him. And I was just, going on about how much I love his music, and I said all his records. He said, "Man, you act like you love music." Like he was just telling me. I said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "I used to do it." And he told me, he said, "Well, if you know all of my records, like you just named 20 of them." He was like, I take you as that you really love music, and if you love to do it," he was like, "You need to do it." And that's what inspired me to get back in the studio. And I
Mm-hmm.
wrote, "I Don't Want to Lose My Baby," and here we are.
See,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's what you need to give you that extra push, that nudge, especially when you sit on the fence to whereas what direction you want to go. And that
Yeah,
sometimes that's all you need right then and there.
it's crazy. Like, and I tell people, like, you can tell me if I don't do music in the next 2 days, more. I've opened up for people and talk with people that I never thought I would talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Like because the year after that, I had the pleasure of opening up for Tank. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, and he's an influence, a
Mm-hmm.
huge influence. Like, Michael Jackson, Prince, like.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a little bit from, and I actually study people. I study how people do their ad libs. I study
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like I study Usher. I study Chris Brown, Trey Songz. I like the Joe. I like Joe. Donnell Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like those. Like I like that older '90s.
So it sounds
R&B.
more, yeah. So you like the more of the '90s feel, you or more of an R&B twist. Would you say that's more so your love is the R&B?
Yeah, yeah, to my core, like that's what I do, because that's what I fell in love with it in '95, '96.
Mm-hmm.
When Genuine dropped that album, I had the little S curl and stuff. I had it all. I had all that. Yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
Not the
Don't do
S
that.
curl.
Don't do
You had the S
that.
curl.
I had the
Oh
little, I
man.
had the little, I had the little S curl. I had the little baby
Okay.
hair.
You had the baby hairs and the
I
okay,
had,
okay.
I had the little silk shirt and stuff. Yeah.
So
Don't tell them. Don't let nobody know that though.
so who have you collaborated with? Have you collaborated with a lot of artists?
Yeah, actually, I've collaborated with Rodney the Boss. Like I
Okay.
said, we already know TK.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I need to be telling you, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
Okay.
Me and Omar had one. He wrote me one.
Okay.
Me and him had one. It's called Booty Swing. So be on the lookout for that too. It's coming
All
soon.
right. All right. All right.
Yeah, yeah, Booty Swing.
Did you have? I know you had to go. When you record with Omar, a lot of times he said you want an Omar record, you got to come to Omar
I
house.
gotta go. I
So
gotta
that's
go
he
to
had to
him.
do that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go to him. He don't play that.
No, he don't.
Yeah,
He don't play when it comes to
no,
his
he
music.
don't play that. Roy D. I've done records with him. Cedar Month. I've
Hmm.
done records with him. Who else in the game? Uh,
So let's flip that question. Who do you want to do a collaboration with? Who would you like to do a song with?
ooh, it, if it was a lady and a man, or
Hmm.
just either or, I would say probably either Marcellus. I love
Myself,
Marcellus
Sager.
and
Hmm.
and Spurt Kelly. Like they cold. Like
Okay.
Well,
Oh yeah.
all them guys, FPJ, Young Guy, all them cold. But it don't have
Mm-hmm.
to be one of those two. If you know, because I feel like what they do is what I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we'll sound good together. And a lady, hmm, oh, other than yourself, since we already talked about that, other than
Yeah.
yourself, it probably would be Jason A.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably
Love some Jason May.
probably Jason A.
Absolutely.
But I love some. Hey, I love me some Crystal Thomas too now.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
hey,
There's
yeah.
no other tone like Crystal
Ain't
Thomas
no
now.
other tone like she.
That's
Yeah,
right.
ain't no other tone like Crystal. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. But like all them ladies, and y'all cutting up right now. I'm just giving y'all, Sister Wilborn, Sister
Oh yeah.
Kelsey, y'all cutting up right
Mhm.
now. Y'all,
Mhm.
y'all, y'all are really
They do
cutting
it.
up.
Absolutely. I appreciate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, I'm gonna do something really quick. Never putting someone on the spot. I'm not gonna make you sing or anything like that. But this segment I like to call "Put on the Spot." And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna list a couple of people, and you describe them to me in one word. Okay, that
Okay.
comes to mind. Okay,
Okay.
genuine,
Ooh. Hmm. And idol. I just say the idol.
idol,
Yeah.
Donald Trump,
Can I pass? No. um. Don't. Let me be nice. I'm trying to be nice. My Christian
okay,
side trying to be nice.
okay,
Crazy.
right, okay. That's yeah, that's about right.
Crazy. Crazy. I'll
Yeah,
go with crazy.
TK Soul.
Legendary.
Okay, since we brought her up, Crystal Thomas.
I can't give her legendary because I gave that to him. Mm, accomplished. I'll give her that. She's very accomplished. Yeah.
Your lovely wife.
Ooh. I'm gonna put this in 2 words.
Okay.
Good thing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Deville.
Um, mm, uh, let me see what. Let me describe myself. Um, smooth.
Smooth.
I say smooth. I say
All
smooth
right.
because my friend's late mother used to call me smooth back in the day. She called me smooth.
So how many albums do you have out?
Never really put out an album. I put out
Okay. I know you
one.
have a lot of music. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had a mixtape album. But I don't have any of it online. It was called First Come First Serve. And I did that years ago. But I got a lot of different singles out now. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually working on a small EP that I may put out probably early next year.
Okay.
Yeah, small EP, like going back more to the love of. It's gonna be called Love Language.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Any up,
going.
any
Yeah,
upcoming shows you got going on?
actually, I suppose I don't know if I'm be able to make it because we have the funeral we have to attend now. But I was gonna be with Simply Wayne. He invited me to come to his birthday bash out there in Dudley, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did a show with him here in Monroe, and we since then we've been connecting and talking because he liked what I did, and we've been talking, so he invited me out that way. But that's about it for right now for this month. But I have a lot of about 2 or 3 pending for in June. In June, I do.
Okay. Any words of encouragement for upcoming artists that's just now starting, breaking in? What can
Uh,
you tell them? Because I know you've been at this for some years now. What can you tell them?
Stay true to yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, do what you feel, do what you love, do whatever music that you feel at the moment. Because that's what I do. I don't just put yourself in a box because this may seem like this is where it's at the moment, but and I try to do every kind of genre because my goal is to be on every radio station daytime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be just a Southern soul or just a blues artist. I want to be in every genre if I can. But at the same time, stay true to yourself and do the music that you feel.
That's true. I mean, one thing you have to do, no one can do you like you. So you need to stay true to yourself. Always, people try to make it to whereas it's hard to, with all these different new artists popping up all the time, you can lose track on your goal.
And I mean, it's so many now, which I'm not saying people don't need to do what they love, but it's and I tell people, like, when I came in, when we first started, it was way different. Like, it wasn't that easy to come on.
Right.
But
now anybody can.
But now the door just wide open, So yeah,
but to me, it sets apart people that can really sing and people that use the platform as a gimmick. Those are two different sides.
It's two different things. Two different things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may not they may not respect it as much as I think when I first started, like when I was with TK, like I'm telling you, like this dude was so tough on me. Like he would make me, sometimes he made me feel like I couldn't even sing, because he was a perfectionist. And I think I love him for that, because when I record I record myself now. So when I record, I've adopted that same thing that he did to me. I may do one line 20 times, to make sure I got it the way I want it, because I got that from him. I mean, he's a perfectionist, so I appreciate that part.
That's a good trait to have. I mean, I'm a perfectionist. I don't even like to see my recordings of my shows, videos of footage. I don't really like, because I'm always constantly critiquing on what I could have did and everything. So
I do that too. Especially when that sound ain't what you wanted it to be.
That's another thing too. That's a key thing for all the listeners out there that are aspiring singers. Sound is everything, and you need to invest in yourself. Get yourself a microphone. At
and
least
the sound checks are important. Ooh, those sound checks important. Ooh,
oh my gosh, it is so important. It is so important.
And people and like when I did the Tank Show, just I didn't do a sound check. We didn't do a sound check, so people were mad because I was on the stage, and it was like, well, you stayed on one side, because as I noticed, as I was moving, I was cutting out. So I was. Oh, I hated that, and I couldn't go. I couldn't really move like I wanted to. I couldn't sing to everybody,
right?
Because them as fans, as fans, they didn't know that. They didn't know they can't hear what I hear. So in order for me to get the good sound I wanted, I had to kind of stay 5-10 feet. I couldn't really move like I wanted.
And you couldn't do you couldn't move them the way you wanted to move them.
Not
and
at all.
It bothers you. It bothers you. It bothers you all night long. Yeah.
Especially when they were saying the things that they said. I mean, they still enjoyed it, but it was like, well, you like it's kind of like they felt like I showed favoritism to one side. But they didn't know why. So that was the reason why, because without doing a sound check, man, I was all over the place. And I'm hearing myself cutting out in the speakers behind me. So I'm like, well, dang, I'm gonna have to stay right here, So that's do a sound check, please.
Right. Sound check is that you have to have that. Exactly. Now, if somebody wants to book you, how can they book you?
They can go to my page. Just inbox me. Actually, all my information is on my Facebook page. They won't let me change it to Mr. Deville, so it's still Coop Deville at the time. So that's Coop Deville, COUPEDEVILLE, Coop Deville.
But and also travel.
Oh yes, and most definitely. Okay. Yeah. Also, my IG is Coop 33, COUPE 33. That's my IG. But my TikTok is Mr. Deville. They did let me change it. So Mr. Deville is my TikTok. If y'all want to go ahead and check out some videos of new music, even I got some snippets of some shows on there, so you'll be able to see what see what I can offer, as an artist. So.
Well, I want to just tell you, thank you so much for taking your time out today and inspire and uplift upcoming artists like ourselves all over the world. And, if y'all want to book Coop, you heard him, go to his page, look up Coop Deville, or you can
look it up.
Deville on TikTok. You can find him and book him.
I have my booking information on all of them. So you know, it ain't gonna be no excuse if you don't, if you say you can't find it. So it's on every one of my every one of my handles or social media handles.
Well, I want to tell you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview today. This is my 8th
You're
week
welcome.
in my show, and the streams are going higher and higher, and I am so grateful for it. This is something that's dear to my heart, and I just want to share and show love to all aspiring artists like myself all over the globe. So thank you
And
so much.
congratulations on your success with the show on outside of your music, man. Congratulations on that, sis.
Thank you so much. And in closing, I always want to leave a final thought, and that is to always, always show love and support to other artists.
Yes.
I promise you, it will never steal your shine. Until
Yes.
next week, next Thursday. See you then.
All right. See you.